Hi, my name is Thore Stub Sneisen. I'm from the Economic Truth and from Freedom Force, and I would like for you to check out my new book.
So can you tell us a bit about what the name of the book is and what you'll be covering in this book?
Oh, for sure. The name of the book is going to be The End of Freedom, and it's going to be The End of Freedom, How Our Monetary System Enslaves Us.
Okay.
Because that's definitely what it does, and we've seen that throughout history. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do in my book, I'm going to actually explain all the way through back to the creation of our monetary system that we have today in year 1027.
Yeah.
Actually how you are getting enslaved, and I'm going to show examples, about 10 examples, so like what happened throughout history from those last 1,000 years of our current monetary system reign, and I'll explain to you why you need to understand it first of all, and then also why you are a slave to that system, and why you really need to take action and find ways to protect yourself against what is the inevitable with our system, which is that it's going to fail, and our money, our Canadian dollar, which we believe has value, or the Norwegian kroner where I'm from, it's going to reach its true value, which is zero, as Voltaire said it.
So can you tell us a bit about your personal experience with economics and who has inspired you to get into economics?
Oh, for sure. My personal experience in economics has very little to do with going to school and actually learning a bachelor in economics or a PhD in economics.
Yeah.
It's nothing at all to do with that. All I've done is I actually have gone out there and studied all kinds of different systems. I don't study the main way of teaching my economics. I actually like to delve into the whole realm of money and everything that's involved. Who inspired me was actually a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know if you're familiar with the guy that wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he actually kind of teased me into a little bit, how he talks about how the tax laws are written against us as regular people that have an income or that are self-employed, versus the big businesses and investment and investors like Warren Buffett and others. So that's really where the kind of first thing that piqued my interest into wanting to know a little bit more. And then over time, I read a whole bunch of books. Actually, I would say also it would be Mike Maloney is one of my favorites. He lately now he's put out the series called The Hidden Secrets of Money, and it's just fantastic explanation of our whole system. But yeah, definitely those two guys were kind of my start, and then I just branched out. I read everything from Karl Marx to Milton Friedman to basically whatever time band. I'm not stuck in just one type of economics.
You've looked at several different sides.
Yeah, because I think it's important to also see what we had, and then also move towards the future. And then also look super far back in the past, where we actually started and how we got to the place we are today, where we
the Byzantine Empire, for example. Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally. So why did you write this book?
Well, why I ended up writing the book is because it was actually I wanted to kind of get into writing a book. But it was actually a friend of mine that really pushed the idea. He actually said to me, and he's actually my publisher as well. What he said to me is, why are you not writing a book with this important information? So, I guess, over time I've been blogging and stuff, so I took a little bit out of that, and then, I did a whole bunch of other research. And so, I just want to get the word out to people, and I think it's so important for the everyday person to really get to know and understand what's going on in the monetary system. When I sit down and talk with the everyday person, they are saying, there's something wrong, but I just can't, get my hands on, what is going on? I kind of feel that something is, not right, but, I can't, pinpoint what that actually is. So, problem is with that, when people don't know, then they just sit there and they can't do anything about it. Well, if I'm able to, put out there, what's going on and explain it to people, people are going to take action, and then hopefully we get more of you and me and John that are actually going to take action and share information with people and go out there and spread the word, basically.
So what is the most important issue that you bring up in the book?
I think the most single important issue in today's world and today's economy is our system, as I talked about. But going forward on that is the actual system that we have. I think the main issue is the availability for central planning and being able to print money out of thin air.
Yeah.
And when you give that power to someone, it's very easy for that person to actually print that money because it's available to print.
Yeah.
And when you give people the power, like to print money and then go and buy whatever they want, well, they can do it. Throughout history, it's been shown over and over again when people get the power and the central planning side of it, they always misuse that power. Even though if they might have been good guys to start with, if they were in that system, it's very hard to avoid like not being dragged into the vortex of paper money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about your connection to G. Edward Griffin and the work that you do with him?
Yeah, for sure. The reason why I actually bumped into G. Edward Griffin was, of course, his Creature from Jekyll Island, which is a fantastic book.
Awesome.
It's basically the Bible on banking and our monetary system. I actually were looking on that. It was kind of random. I found this organization called Freedom Force International, and it was about 2.5, I think it was almost 3 years ago that I found it. Mm-hmm. And it just popped up to me randomly, but then I started reading up on all the information on the page, and I was like, wow, this is like really cool. Like, this guy is promoting voluntarism, non-aggression principle. Like, he really wants people to have a true freedom, you know what I mean? And so, I got a member, of course, and because I wanted to support this cause, but I didn't really know what to do yet. So after, I think it was 2 years after that, what happened is suddenly there was an email coming out saying that they were going to have a congress in California in a place called Paso Robles, which is pretty close to where G. Edward Griffin has his retreat. So what happened is, I said, I said to my wife, I gotta go there. So let's scramble together some money so I can, go and actually be a part of this, because this was going to be like kind of the inaugural event and really like the liftoff of what's called Freedom Force International. Yeah. And so what happened is, I went down there, and it was interesting. I drove 4 hours up into the mountains, really beautiful. Yeah. And then I went I was a little bit late. I went out to a wine and dine event, and there was an amazing array of fantastic individuals that really want freedom for people in every kind of sense of way. Like, they got their individual causes, but they were all driven together to in the task of promoting freedom to people all around the world. Yeah. Freedom Force International, by the way, has members now, I think, in over 70 countries in the world. So it's really cool. Like, there's
quite amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So people all over the world are promoting freedom principles and actually want people to live in a world where you don't have to be harassed by your government or by police or any other force of central planning or anything. So I went there, and we had the Congress the next day, and we went up and spoke a little bit about ourselves. And then, of course, it was the voting process, which I never thought that there was going to be any voting or anything on anything. So, people voted me into the leadership council for some reason. I was just like, wow. Like, why am I here? Among all these great people, especially like G. Edward Griffin, how am I so blessed to actually be able to connect with this fantastic individual? So I became a member of the leadership council, and now we host regular meetings. So we talk about our next strategies, and especially the leadership council has to lead by example. So what we do is we go out and actually do the hard work on the ground, where we get involved with people that really want to make change. Not necessarily I have to go and do it myself, but I can motivate individuals and push them into really doing something great for society. And I'm the factor that I really want that to happen, so I'm out there and really promoting that to people. So Freedom Force and G. Edward Griffin, G. Edward Griffin actually started it for about 13 years ago now in December, when we're going to actually have our next Congress. Yeah. And maybe I'll invite you out there,
I'd
Josh,
love to come. I'd love to come, John.
Would be available for that time.
Absolutely.
And I think what Freedom Force now, what we're creating is something that's going to be completely unique that you've never seen ever before in any university or anything. We're actually setting up a Freedom Academy where we're actually going to teach people the principles of freedom and non-aggression and everything. And actually, over time, we're actually creating a PhD curriculum, which is quite insane. Like, think about having a PhD in freedom. That's quite something.
That would be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of, Deirdre Griffin is getting old, so he really wants, to leave his legacy to humanity by creating this, not only Freedom Force, but this Freedom Academy.
Yeah.
And that's, as I said, I'm very amazed by, the whole group and what we're doing. We got individuals out in, actually, there's another guy on the board from Calgary. He started the Wild Rose Party. Yeah. And he's a fantastic individual. He also worked in that party to make sure that we're not getting what we call collectivists or center planners in place. So we actually put people that care about people and that want freedom and so on.
So how can people purchase this book, John?
This book is actually, I'm working right now to put together all the marketing and everything this week. But I do know a kind of a tentative date, and it's going to be the first week probably of November. And we're going to launch it. It's going to be available first of all on ebook. On Amazon, so you'll be able to download it from anywhere in the world.
Excellent.
And also it's going to be available through paperback on Amazon as well to start with. So that's going to be the kind of the main goal of it, and then we'll see where that's going to take us. I hope it's going to be a big hit, because the more people we can awake, the better.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Sneisen, and
you're very welcome.
We will keep you updated on where to find this book once it comes out, and we'll definitely be posting stories on this. We'll definitely be doing much more work with Mr. Sneisen here. So signing out, Josh Sigurdson, World Alternative Media.